There it is. There we go. We are officially live. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Goat Gaming Syndicate coming at you with a brand new show on a Sunday. What? Well, thank you all very much for joining us for this new show called Royal Rumpus. Yep, that's the one I went with.
I love it.
That will all become very apparent when we start playing. Everything has gone downhill since we started. I think we could actually probably officially change this name to Oops All Halflings, which actually was an oops. I had no idea it was coming, so that's fun.
Surprise.
But I've already let them in on my evil secret that the BBEG is just going to be really high shelves. So that's how I'm going to thwart their plans. All dungeons were made for giants in this world, so good luck with that.
Man.
Every creature now has the dire template. That'll be fun.
I'm a Tempest cleric.
I got this. Hold my ale. So joining us tonight is a familiar face that you all may recognize from many of the other Goat Gaming shows. We have Rebecca, Mimic for Hire. She is playing a warlock. Ooh, there's a twist. What a twist. Named Bon Ami. So, Rebecca, go ahead and introduce yourself and your character.
Hello, I'm Rebecca. Many of you know me as Bomb Clancy. I can't speak apparently. Bomb Clancy.
Bomb
all over the
Clancy.
internet, Bomb Clancy, or Mimic for Hire. And tonight in this campaign, I will be playing Lanami, who is a celestial warlock child. And that is about it. And she has a thing for unicorns.
That's fitting. Wait, so child halfling. Does that mean you're half a halfling?
Something like that.
So you're like a quarterling?
Yeah, I can definitely...
that's a horse.
Let me see.
This sounds terrible on all fronts.
Apparently, I made myself 5 feet tall, which is very tall for a halfling.
Wow.
Holy cow. That's like normal person almost height.
Yeah, I think I meant to say 3'5".
Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better.
Okay.
So
I'll buy that for $1.
Okay, 3'5".
5 foot. That would be funny. Like, you'd be trying to say, like, no, I am really a halfling, everyone. Like, for real. No, I am. Like, yeah, whatever. Get out of here, Normo. Next on our list, we've got a couple new faces joining us in the Goat Gaming community. So awesome to have them here. First, let me introduce Jess, who's coming to us from TikTok, and she will be playing Arabelle.
Yeah. So on TikTok, I'm Stories from the Roses. And I'm going to be playing Arabelle, and she's a halfling, and she's a Tempest cleric, and she is short even by halfling standards at 2'10". So she's tiny.
Tiny.
Feisty.
Oh, so we've gone, like, you've heard golden retriever energy. Now we're at like Chihuahua energy.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. Can't wait. Congratulations, you all are witnessing a 1-episode show on Goat Gaming. Fantastic. No, I'm just playing. Next on our list, last but absolutely not least, we have Steven, who is going to be playing Frank Dawnwind.
Yeah, hi. So I'm the local disappointment, Steven. Nice to meet you.
Steven.
I will be playing Frank Dawnwind. He is a halfling ranger. You can find me on TikTok at Dice Hoarder, where you can just see me be an absolute fool. Or you can check out some of my writing at StephenESorensen.com. Stephen with a PH. Do you feel like doing that? Yeah, and Frank is pretty easygoing. Doesn't really care much about a lot of things, so he's just
Well, all
kind of
right
there.
then. Cool. Sounds good. Sounds good. Now, I do have to make a point here that in one of the other games that I run, it is called One Crit Blunders, and it is basically D&D world in the future. So think along the lines of Adventure Time. And they met a character who was named Steven, and they wanted to make a note of his name. So the main one of the main characters said, Steven. Ah, yes, wonderful name. Is that traditional spelling? And Steven responded, well, yes, of course it is. STEIPPHYENN. So, traditional spelling.
Of course.
We love
I love it. So
I missed
here
an
we go.
opportunity.
let's just jump into this. Let's go head first. Bon ami. I love that. So we kick off our story in the city of Virith, which, if you are keeping up with any of the other Goat Gaming shows, particularly Across the Pond, this is the same world that Across the Pond is set in. So we've got a little bit of multi-party world thing going on here. Virith was the main city in the southern part of the continent part called Abendis. So we are in a very large city called Virith. It was once ruled completely by elves, but they have since opened their gates and allowed all kinds of cultures and races and species and everything you can think of now wanders the busy streets. It has become a hub of sorts, of which the Dawnwind family is very well known in the hub community, especially for dealing with wool and things like that, as I recall.
Mhm.
The ruler of Virith is the Virith seat, who recently has taken ill. Many of the people are very worried about who the next seat is going to be. Everybody basically had money on the fourth house called the Farstriders. But rumor has abound that there's been a falling out with the Farstriders. They've all become kind of estranged to each other, and the father of the house seems to have gone a little mad and has since left the city of Virith, heading northeast to a town very far north called Bywood. Now, no one knows exactly why, but again, rumors have circulated that he is in search of a powerful artifact. But we're here to talk about the houses of Dawnwind, Beechin, and Autumnbow. So nestled in this massive metropolis of community and people moving about, the three of you have gone through your paces. Most of your experience and levels and things like that have come from training, being in the city itself. The Dawnwind family is pretty well known for their hunting prowess, particularly Frank. So you have that experience. Like, you have some practical hunting and ranger-like experience. So that's essentially where your levels have come from. So now that that is all out of the way, we're going to open this at the Dawnwind household. It's a fairly normal day in the mansion. It's one of those, 10, 12 room mansions with 4 bathrooms and, a whole separate wing for the help, things of that nature. And as all of this is, daily life is waking up in the Dawnwind home, Frank and Arabelle, you hear a knock at your bedroom door.
Oh.
And Frank is just kind of laying on his back, and he's going to start nudging Arabelle and just, it's your turn to answer the door.
No, I always answer the door.
Well, you picked the side of the bed that's closest.
It's because people can come in through the window and kidnap me because I'm so small. You have to go. I'm too small.
And without even opening his eyes, he'll just get up and just go around and just open the door. Yes. What do you want?
Opening the door, you see very short, less than 2 feet gnome. He's wearing a petticoat and everything, and he's just one of the butlers that rambles around the house and whatnot. And he looks at you and he says, "Ah, Mr. Dawnwind, a letter for the madam."
I told you the door was for you.
Just rolls out and goes up to the door.
He hands you a typical scroll, and it has the seal of the Virith seat. Opening the scroll up, you can see that this is basically a summons to come to the Virith seat. She has taken ill, and her royal advisors believe that she very likely will not survive this illness. Now, you do have an older sister.
I know. I'm like, wait a minute, I got an older sister. Why am I being summoned?
However, Sophia, your eldest sister, has been in school learning and training to be the prefect to the Virith seat. Hey, thanks, Zach Wiseman, for the thumbs up. And so Sophia, being preoccupied with another political position, the buck has been passed to you, as it were.
Oh, that is a bad choice. All right.
Oh, no.
Okay.
All right. So you've opened the letter. You've read it. Frank, she's just kind of standing there reading the scroll wide-eyed.
Oh, is there another sale? Is that what's going on?
No, I'm being summoned to the Virith seat.
Oh.
I think they're making a really, really bad choice choosing me to come, but I guess I better get ready.
Can't we just sleep for another hour?
When are we due? What's the summon? What time?
Luckily, you are due at noon.
Woo! We could sleep for another 2 hours if we want.
Perfect. And he just crawls back in bed.
She'll be like,
Nice.
"Thank you," and close the door and just burrow under her blankets like a little cat under there.
Perfect.
The couple do not rise before 11.
Never. So we're going to cut scene over to Mon Ami, who is also rising and shining, as it were. Everything seems to be going pretty well for you in the home of Beachin. I almost said Beachwin. That'd be weird. You have a relatively large house as well. Probably not as, opulent as the Dawnwinds, but still, it's nice. It's a 3-story. It's got you know, catacombs below it. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up now. But at any rate, you have awoken. What are you gonna do in your home? Your family is wandering around doing their thing as well. So
I am going to I'm going to roll out of my bed, and outside of my room I have the window open out to the pasture where I can see the ponies and horses. And I imagine that I will open up my shutters and see who will come to the window. I've kept some apples on hand to feed them first thing in the morning so that I can have breakfast with them. An apple for me, an apple for them. And I'm going to have a morning sit in the sunshine with the ponies. And that's what I'll do to start the day.
First things first, I need you, the first roll of the night, I need you to do some animal handling. Oh. Playing the Disney princess.
I got a 6.
Cool. You place the apple up on the windowsill, and you can see the horses are slowly starting to make their way over there. You've got some of those little what are they, Shetland ponies, the little ones. Being that you're halfling and all. But as they are making their way, a massive crow lands on your windowsill right next to the apple and promptly drops what can only be described as a letter opener that is basically a dagger. Like drops it right next to the apple and then tilts its head to look at you.
I'm going to look to see if there's a druid nearby.
So you don't see a druid nearby or a Strahd just like hanging out in a tree
with unicorns, as you do.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
So I'm going to, I guess, take a little look around. I guess pick up the letter opener.
Okay.
Is this a talking crow? Like, how advanced is this crow?
So it's not making any kind of verbal communication, but as you pick up the letter opener, it taps the apple with its beak.
Okay, so she will cut the apple up and then give it a slice.
It snatches up a piece of the apple and flies off and leaves the dagger with you.
Yeah. Yay, I got a free dagger. Okay.
The ponies have stopped about 5 feet from the window and wait for the crow to leave before they proceed up to take some apple and enjoy your company. And as they're having breakfast with you, you also hear a rap tap tapping at your chamber door.
Okay. I guess I'll go over there. I'm gonna conceal my dagger in my my cloak. I'm guessing I was sleeping in a cloak.
Sure. Be as weird as you want to be.
Yes. So I'm gonna tuck it into my cloak, and I'm gonna put my hood on, and I'm gonna walk over and get the door. Hello.
All right. Opening the door, you can see one of the elves that tend the home. Actual elves, not like Dobby house elf. Like this is a real 6 foot tall elf. And he hands a letter over to you. This came for you today.
Well, thank you so much. Who delivered it?
The seat's courier.
The seat.
Yes, the very seat.
Are they still here?
The courier? No, they left.
Okay. Well, have you read it yet?
Oh,
The
that
letter?
would be far beyond my station, madam.
Do you want me to teach you how to read? We can read it together.
I believe that would be beyond the scope of my responsibility.
Okay. Well, if you ever want to learn, you know where I
Look,
live.
lady, I don't get paid enough for this, okay?
Okay, and then she'll just like shut the door.
All right. You close up the door, and you now have your letter to the Virith seat. I'm going to take this logo
And
off.
I don't think that she might understand that the dagger was to open up the letter, so she's just going to like rip it apart.
Just rip it
Like
open.
she's just gonna
Perfect.
like rip it open. She has no tact, so she's just gonna be like, "Eh."
Perfect.
And
You
so shred it open. Part of the like
you opened this thing like a birthday present. And
yeah, I'm guessing part of the letter was ripped and the process is in the envelope that it came in.
you vaguely make out what it says. Something about wanting to see you at the Virith seat at noon for some reason.
Well, I don't like keeping time because it keeps you. So I guess I can show up if I don't get lost on the way or find something more interesting.
Time keeps on slipping. All right. And with that, we are going to fast forward just a bit. It is now noon. And Frank, are you going with Arabelle to this meeting?
Oh, absolutely.
Perfect.
Absolutely. He never gives up a chance to rub elbows with other people of of a station.
Absolutely. So all of you arrive nearly simultaneously. This massive tower in which the Virith seat rules from only has one set of double doors that lead into it. It is guarded very heavily, and the tower itself is roughly, let's say, in the realm of 50 stories, but probably the first 10 have no windows. Is a very fortified building. They don't want people just coming on in. So the three of you approach the main guards, and they're standing there, full plate, glaives in hand. What business do you have here?
I've been summoned. So can I go in now, please?
I've been summoned. Love it. He kind of does one of those, like he leans down a little bit to get a slightly better look at it and opens the door for you. Apologies.
You're fine.
And you? Small child-looking thing.
And hi. I was given a knife and a letter today and told to be here.
Could I have the knife, please?
Well, you give it back.
Yes, when you leave.
This is medieval TSA sucks, man. Okay.
The bad thought is I was just like, let's just overthrow the government. Why not?
Okay. So, okay. We both clearly have different ways of getting the crown. But, all right. So, I will hand over the dagger reluctantly. Like, this is for you. And do you want the letter too?
No, you can keep the letter. In you go. Shove.
real quick, how thick are the walls, like, in terms of, like, fortifications?
Approximately 5 feet thick.
Just gonna turn to Frank and be like, oh, look, it's almost as dense as you are. Just keep going.
Wow. Wow. Roll for initiative. No. So the three of you make your way through this winding tower and finally get to the Virith Seats chambers. It looks like any stereotypical fantasy movie you've ever seen, where it's like a big circular room. It's got the throne on one side, the big column, marble pillars, and a nice red carpet that you walk along. And you can see the Virith seat is sitting in her chair. She's got like one of those gigantic, just way oversized dresses on. So like if anything were to happen, she wouldn't be running nowhere. She's like, and you can see her kind of like coughing into like a handkerchief, which has a little bit of blood on it as already. The royal advisor steps down and, welcome, welcome, come forth, come forth.
And Bonami will just walk up, looking at everyone else who's
Welcome.
going.
Welcome to the Virith Seats chambers. It is so wonderful to see you. Okay then.
Pleasure to be here. Frank, you're supposed to
So
have
I trust you, you know why you have been summoned.
Yes, I got a letter. It said to be here at noon. That's why I'm here.
Indeed, indeed. The two of you have been summoned here as replacements for the Virith seat. She is very, very under the weather, and it is likely that she will not survive in the next month or so. Yes.
You said the seat. Does that mean that she's gonna sit on us when is that what we're here for? To be her seat? I don't know how that's gonna help cure her.
You are here to sit on the seat when she passes away, if you finish the trials.
Is she gonna be on the seat still? That's really weird, man.
No, she will not be on the seat still.
Okay.
I just
You
want to
can
say,
see,
Frank is trying so hard not to just laugh.
Oh,
you
Arabelle's
can see
laughing
like
100%.
as Bonami is saying this, like math is floating up around this guy's face. Like, is this really gonna be the next ruler? Like, how long are we gonna live? The city's going to crumble.
It's the end times.
This is the end time.
It's the best of times, it's the end of times.
Yeah.
Should neither of you wish to accept the trials and take this position, there is a possible alternative option. However, I'm not sure those of your standing would be interested.
So, are we being only given two choices? Either we take on the trial to be on the seat, or we're giving something else and no other choice. We're being forced into those two.
No. You can
No.
return home and pretend that none of this ever happened, should you so choose.
Oh, that's something.
Well, I mean, Arabelle, you certainly can't allow this to go to Delilah or Carmine. So,
Oh no, Carmine might do okay.
she couldn't find herself out of a wet paper bag if she tried.
That's fair. That's fair. That's true. So, are we me and this darling cutie here, are we the only candidates? Because I there's the Fast Riders, there's there are more eldest daughters out there, I would assume, maybe.
They have already made it quite clear that they have no interest in this. The Fast Riders, however, that's a bit more complicated.
Ooh, do tell.
Well, I mean, I don't suppose that it's my place to tell, but I heard that some things have been happening. The daughter had returned to the town. There was hopes of a reconciliation, but apparently she has fallen in with some cultists, some witches.
Ooh, that's exciting. Are any of them hags by chance?
No, they are actually mostly tiefling.
Oh, that's cool.
It's always the witches. They'll always get you.
Indeed. That's
How do you know? My
how they got my little brother.
Great grandmother was a witch. Thank you.
I rest my case.
Rest of my case. Wonderful. Yes, witches are quite the force to be reckoned with, especially around the town of Blair.
Town of Blair. Is that where the daughter of Fast Rider is?
Quite possibly.
Hmm.
I would check every corner.
Interesting. That's very
I mean,
interesting.
should you be looking for her? I don't know as that you would. I've heard terrible things, that she's quite feral for an elf.
When we say feral, do we mean like going to bite you if you get too close? Just kind of.
Yes.
All right.
like a wild animal. Yes.
So almost like you. And he's just going to turn to Arabelle and just.
Dang, called it.
Frank, I know where you sleep.
Yes, I also know where you sleep.
Yes, but I'm much scarier than you are.
Sorry, but the requirement is being 3 feet to be scary.
And then Bonami's gonna look over. I'm in.
I'm in.
Oh yeah, because she's 305. Well, then I'll just have to summon something. That's 3 feet.
The first task that you will have to handle, should you wish to pursue this avenue of becoming the seat, is dealing with... Oh, how to word this? Dealing with the people's problems.
I do that all the time. Perfect. I love helping people, unlike you, Frank.
You know, you can't consider it helping when you're the one that causes the problems.
Excuse you. I help with lots of things. I'm very talented.
I would call that job security. There is a items shop not far from here. The owner named Jim, I believe his name was. Jim? Yes, I think. Anyway, he is having a bit of trouble with a item that he just procured. between he and the one who is selling said item. So what I would like for you to do is head to the item shop and mediate.
All right. I think we can do that.
Whoever is successful at completing the sale and ending this situation, you will pass this particular test.
Brilliant. Team effort, yes?
We have to do this together?
I assume so. Unless you
Okay.
wanted to go first, then I'll go second.
I don't really understand the rules of engagement, but I'll go. I'll talk to people. So they're fighting, and we have to buy. Someone has to buy something.
Yes,
Yes.
they are fighting.
They're
End
fighting.
the fight.
End the fight.
With
Okay.
with words. With words.
Okay.
As you're like already heading out the door, like I'm gonna get my knife.
Cut above the rest. All right. Let's
Just
go.
gonna have them duke it out. It's fine. It's fine.
With not much time at all, you reach the item shop that is called Jim's Goods. Very simple, very plain. I mean, this is definitely not a place that your families would normally shop at. Like this is, I think they're out of business now. I don't want to get sued, but they're like the Kmart of.
Just kind of a general goods department.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, hey, we're not the best, but we're here. So, and you can hear arguments coming from inside. Two people are arguing very loudly. And then there is a blood-curdling scream, which I won't do because Jess is wearing. Oh, and Rebecca is also wearing full headphones, so won't do that to you.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. Westwood, New Jersey, Bridgehampton, New York, Long Island, Miami, and Florida. Duly noted.
I'm gonna.
Listen,
Kmart, if you'd like to be a sponsor.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I am within like hour and a half driving of at least 3 of those locations, so
Hey.
I could go fight the store
Nice.
manager. We can just have a tussle.
Make sure his name's Jim, though.
Yeah.
If you can get at least like 10% of their annual revenue, we can get $2.
Yeah. Like you get there and it's just, this normal item shop. Somebody's arguing inside. There's a scream. You're in the right place because there's like a big J and then it says Mart after it.
I love it. I'm gonna turn to Bonami, hearing the scream, be like, "Do you have your knife?"
Got it. Locked and
Yeah, I was gonna
loaded.
say- I was gonna say, and she
Wait.
pulled out like her warhammer. She's like, "I was gonna say if you needed this, you could use it, but you've got your knife."
Locked and loaded. Are you sure you know how to use a knife?
Absolutely.
I also have a boomerang. If you want to use that. Yeah, I picked a random crap for my character.
I like it. I'm down with it.
I'm just looking at my character sheet to see what I actually have.
Frank's going in. He's just going in.
All right. There we go.
Goodbye, meat shield.
So, Frank, you walk inside to see the owner of the store, Jim, lying on the floor, bloodied, very clearly stabbed straight in the chest. Standing over him is the local fishmonger. Love the facial expressions. They get me every time. He's clad in like heavy leather apron that like a butcher would wear. And he's holding a fillet knife. Blood is very clearly dripping off of it at this point. And he kind of turns to look at you, almost startled. This isn't what it looks like.
Did you or did you not just stab him? Because that's certainly what it looks like.
Okay, this is what it looks like, but I had a good reason.
You have 5 seconds to give me your good reason.
Well, he stole from me.
How?
Because he has an item that he was supposed to get for me, but now this butthole is saying that he isn't going to sell it to me. It's not worth, or it's worth more than I originally offered to him. So now he's trying to raise the price on me.
Well, I mean, he's certainly not doing anything now, but bleeding on the floor.
That sounds like a him problem.
Is he like dead or is he still alive on the floor?
No, he's alive. He's just bleeding out currently.
Okay, so Frank is going to use Cure Wounds on the man. Just kind of like pat.
The fishmonger backs up. You know, he's not trying to start anything with y'all. He backs up, and you cast Cure Wounds. Go ahead and roll your hit points there. I would venture to say that Jim is a very willing recipient of this.
So he gets 5 points.
All right. The wound kind of seals up just a little bit, and he's like, Thank you so much.
I wouldn't be thanking me yet. Because we're going to figure out what's going on.
He's a liar.
Arabelle's gonna come in at this point and be like, all right, now chill there. Oh, wow,
Yeah.
There's lots of blood in here. Wow. Make sure your knife's ready, Bon Ami.
Not sure if I would have gone with this decor choice, but all right.
Very little face, sir.
And so the setting of this area, it's like a shop, a J-Mart. I'm guessing there's like weapons and stuff. Like I'm guessing this is like a seedy pawn shop kind of place. Yeah.
Yes. That is a great way to describe it. Yes.
There's just like rusted axes and stuff lining the walls and baubles. Yeah. Cracked baubles.
It's all secondhand stuff. Very well used. It's not great.
So I imagine that while she's walking in, she's trying to tiptoe around the blood splatters, but also not get tetanus from the different things around, like holding her like dress close to her and like, oh, okay, we're not in Kansas anymore moment. Like, okay, this is fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Hi, nice to see you. My name's Bon Ami. What's your name?
The gentleman on the floor just kind of like turns, looks at you with all the energy he's got. Jim.
Jim. Jim is nice to meet you. Do you need help up? Do you need a water?
No. I could use some help with him. I don't like being stabbed.
Oh, wait, Jim, are you the J and J Mart?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that's so nice to meet you. This is a lovely establishment that you have here. I've never been here, but it is a very nice place. I don't think that you should be in the condition you are in your own J Mart. That's rude. I agree with you.
Occupational hazard. But could you please do something about him?
Okay, so what would you like? Well, how can I help you with him?
I
We
want
are
him
so
out of my
really
store.
good people.
And she's gonna look up. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Mommy. What's your name?
I want him arrested. He stabbed me. I
Oh,
want to press charges.
okay.
Oh,
There's
hey,
okay.
you know, this is look, y'all have seen me. I'm the local fishmonger.
Yeah.
If I get arrested, then there's no fishmongering that's going to happen. Okay.
Yeah, but there's
Now
also
he
not
tried
Jay
to steal
murdering.
from me. He's still alive. He's not.
Okay,
I didn't.
fair.
So he stole from you? Did he like steal your cart or something? What did he steal from you?
No. Okay. So I've got a very expensive operation
Mm-hmm.
that I've got going on.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just leave. Okay.
Okay.
I heard of this item. It's a very, very lovely deck of cards. I wanted said deck of cards. So I came to Jim, who was going to procure this deck of cards. I told him that upon delivery, I would pay him 150 gold pieces. But now he's trying to charge me 300 gold pieces.
Have you given him any money yet?
No,
Then he has not stolen from you.
he has my cards. I want my
You haven't
cards.
paid for it yet. You haven't paid for it yet. It's a general store. He could sell those cards to anybody if he wanted to, really. You
I
haven't
can't
paid for it,
pay
so therefore
for
he
it.
has not stolen.
I can't pay for it when I don't have the money to pay for it.
Why don't you just go and like get it next day delivered with Eldritch Prime or something? There's like a huge marketplace like available.
No, you don't understand. This is a one of a kind deck of cards. This is very important that I have this deck for sentimental values.
If it's
I would
so
like all of
sentimental,
you to roll insight, please.
I was gonna say, I was like, that sounds like a big old lie.
Like,
Oh,
we're
heck
3
yeah,
feet and under. The only
23. Straight through him.
Got a 16.
I'm just
Nice.
saying, like, my insight is really short when I'm 3 feet tall. Like, I can't tell a lot. I'm just saying, like, it's real hard.
Guys, I think his kneecaps are lying.
Yeah, with a roll of 10, I think they are.
I got it.
All right.
So
Wonderful. So, Arabelle and Frank, you are very quick to identify, yes, through his body language and posturing and everything. Like, he's definitely not telling the whole truth here.
Well, I'm just thinking to myself that if it's so sentimental, then you would think that, I don't know, like, it doesn't make sense if it's sentimental. That's curious.
I would pay him 300 gold, but all I have is 150. That's my life savings. I'm just a fishmonger.
Just a fishmonger, but you said you're the only one who has the fish market locked down here. So technically, you could put like 150 down and then pay him the rest, or maybe barter fish for money. I mean, Jay, what do you say? Can I call you Jay? Are we on that term now? Like,
He's just like laying in Frank's lap, basically. Like, are they going to get us killed?
Arabelle, most likely. The child, I have no idea. But I mean, honestly, fish person, you could have just used the catalog of J.C. Nickel. You could have just ordered yourself deck.
Terrible.
Put it on a payment plan, a layaway, if you will.
You don't get it. I want this deck. I
Then invite
need
me.
this deck.
okay, so let me make sure I've got everything straight. You ordered an item. You haven't paid for it, but you were like, ooh, I really like this. Jim, can you get it for me? Jim got it, but now Jim says it's more valuable. You didn't pay for him to procure this item. He just got the item on his own, and so you stabbed him because he wouldn't give it to you for what the price he originally said. Did you get it in writing that it was going to be 150?
It was a gentleman's agreement. We shook on it.
That means nothing. Gentleman's agreement. I mean, just look at Frank. You can't trust him. I mean, look at that face. Look at the scowl he's got on his face. Gentleman's agreement means nothing.
Frank's got that RBF.
Darling, I think this is the one time I'm actually going to agree with you.
Oh my goodness, it's a miracle.
All right, so how do we solve this then? He's got my deck. I have 150 gold. I cannot pay 300 gold. How do we fix this?
Well, Jim, why are you raising the price of this deck?
Because it's not just an ordinary deck. And he pulls out a deck of cards that the case to it is made of a beautiful ivory color. It has all kinds of like tarot card symbols on it and everything. So all of you, please feel free to roll an Arcana check.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Let's see if Arabelle knows. She's not super smart.
19.
Oh, 19 too! Wow!
Natural 1.
Oh yeah.
+1, so
I
2. So 2.
All right. So Frank, this is a very nice box that he's holding up. Like you're right there up close. You're taking a good look at it. I mean, all right, this thing could maybe be 300 gold pieces. Yeah, I mean, to the right buyer, probably. Bonami and Arabelle, both of you very quickly, 100% with absolute certainty, know this as the deck of many things.
Okay.
Just gotta look over. Arabelle, you know what this is, right?
Yeah, I do. How about you, Frank?
We don't care about him right now. So
Not important.
Dang.
how much money do you have?
On my person right now? I mean, I don't really carry a lot of money with me. It's not smart. I got like 15 gold on me right now.
Do you have the ability to get more gold? Like if you and I split it, we could buy this deck together.
Can I do that, DM? How much money do I have?
I mean, level 6, I'd assume you'd have as much money as you felt safe carrying, honestly.
I mean, yeah, I've got savings back home.
I'm just saying, we just had to settle this disagreement. They never said that we couldn't be a third person coming in to pay for it. And if he can't buy it, that's not my fault that he doesn't have the money.
That's true. I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
I mean, I would trust it more in our hands than like in Frank's hands. So
yeah, and it could be a nice gift for the queen. Because if she dies, we'll get it back in a month anyways.
exactly.
dang.
And it's proof that we completed the trial.
I'm in. 150 each.
All right.
So you're going to spend 300 gold on a deck of cards.
Well, we're technically spending 150 each.
Okay, but that's
And correction, I'm not spending. You are. And she goes and she gets into his coin purse and gets the gold.
I mean, I figured.
Yeah.
But
So
on
before
a deck of cards, just
Frank, darling, you're very dumb. It's a very nice deck of cards, I promise.
So before we do this, can we get the monger out of here?
Oh yeah, this whole conversation.
he's just like looking at all of you, and he's like, "Wait a minute, wait. You're gonna come in here and you're gonna just buy this thing out from under me just like that?
Well, if you have 300 right now, you can buy it, but if you don't, then we will. It's a fair economy, and you can go back to doing fishmongering stuff.
Fine.
Or there's another option. We buy it now. You come to us with 500 gold to buy it later.
Frank,
He starts heading towards the door and, huffy puffy, this isn't the last you're going to see of me. You nobles think you're just so much better than all of us down here in the streets. Well, I'll see you again, I promise.
If you had just been telling the truth from the start, this might have ended differently, but I don't appreciate liars.
I also don't appreciate you shanking Jay over here.
And you've certainly seen me down there with you all, hunting and helping.
You've seen me at the blacksmith, by the way.
Like, slowly backs out the door, and he's like, "You'll rue the day. Rue! Rue!" And you are now alone in J-Mart with Jim. And he's still looking a little, not ragged, but he lost quite a bit of blood. He's still trying to get his color back and everything. And he looks at the three of you and he's like, "So 150 each, yeah?"
Oh, I don't really want to buy it.
No,
I just wanted to get him out.
Yeah. We're the worst!
And that is where we are going to end tonight's episode, because that is too good of a spot to not end it there.
I just want to say, as they're saying this, Frank's just kind of like patting the side of Jay's face, giving him a cure wounds at 2nd level.
Nice.
For another 6 points.
Perfect.
Just kind of.
Well, there you go. Jim is now at max health for a level 0 shopkeeper. Wonderful, wonderful job, players. This is going to be the most insane chaos fest. I have a very strong feeling. I feel like my insight check is quite high that this is going to be out of control fast.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. I enjoy it. Well, good work with Jim. Very, very good work handling the fishmonger, lies and all. So
I'm proficient in persuasion, so I was ready.
Oh man, I should have totally had you do a roll.
Let's do a roll right now. What would your persuasion be?
All right. What would it have been? Let's see.
What's funny is Frank is also proficient in persuasion.
I didn't
roll
great,
it. Let's see.
I got a 13.
Let's see.
I got a dirty 20.
Nice.
And for gigs, Frank got a 16.
Nice. Well, Fishmonger rolled an 8. So you definitely would have succeeded. Well, thank you very much, players. Thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight to hang out and chat. Nice bunch of lurky turkeys I saw, so it's always appreciated. We love all of you. Next time, I think we might get some more people in chat to actually do some rolls and help make things even more chaotic. Now, to the players, just so you know, one of the channel point options is that the chat can force you to draw a card from a deck of many things. So that is an option.
Oh boy.
So
but we're not actually buying it.
But you're not actually buying it. It's just a random magical effect that comes out of nowhere.
It's just a portal with a hand.
Yeah, pretty much. Think of it as like a wild magic surge to the extreme.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
So that's good times. Good times. Well, thank you all very much. And we really hope that you all check this out on YouTube. Make sure to keep up with both Across the Pond and Royal Rumpus, because the two are going to cross-reference each other, and what happens in one game will affect the events of another game. So back and forth, this is going to be interesting. That's a whole nother level of chaos that sounds good on paper. I'm not sure my brain is actually going to be able to handle this. But thank you all very much. Ooh, maybe. I don't know. That might be difficult though, because they're UK time, so it would have to be during the day. But maybe on a Sunday during the day sometime. We'll see. Thank you all very much, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. See ya.